Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another film review. Today, we are going to take a look at The Instigator. This is an Apple original film. Right now,
Yes,
IMDb gave it a 6.2. That is super low, but
that's very low.
you know what
That
I'm
is very
saying?
low.
That's very low,
I
but
liked it better than that. I
yeah,
thought it was a better movie than
for sure, for
6.2.
sure.
That's ridiculous.
So, again, this is another Apple TV original.
Mhm.
Regardless if the film sucks or not, Apple TV is going to give you a great looking film.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Quality wise is high
yeah,
based on the director Doug Liman. He's a big time director. He's done a bunch of stuff,
yeah,
and you got two stars, 1.5 stars. Yeah,
mhm,
I don't know. Casey's a big star, but Matt Damon's a big star. You can't deny that.
yeah.
And but they spent some money on this budget. This movie wasn't cheap.
No,
There's a bunch of things that
mhm.
happen in the movie. I'm like, oh, they spent money on this movie.
I
There's no
mean,
question about that.
dude, they had Boston police involved. State police. They were blowing up
Yeah,
buildings.
they had
Um,
the car chases
yep.
throughout the city, multiple. They blew up half of a building. Like they did a bunch of stuff.
They blew up
Even
a
if it's
beach house.
CGI, even if it's CGI, it costs something to do this movie.
hmm
I would say roughly 70, 80, 100 million easy,
Yeah,
like
I think
without question.
I think that's true because say what you want to about Ben Affleck, but he's a creative mind. Matt Damon,
Mhm,
we know Matt Damon, Born Identity, Jason Bourne, the whole
mhm.
nine. Casey Affleck
Which he
is
did with Doug Liman.
right, exactly, right. So and the other thing is Casey Affleck is actually a really good writer. So you may not see him in a lot of stuff, but he may just be like a, backstage
he's
person, just like
he's a
writing or
big
whatever.
actor.
Yeah. hmm
He's some pretty big stuff.
Yeah.
He's pretty big.
Exactly. So Casey wrote it. Um,
Mhm,
Matt and Ben Affleck produced it, the whole nine. Lehman,
mhm.
Lyman, he directed the joint. And yeah, so IMDb gave it a 6.2. And I have to say this, right? So when I
Yeah.
was reading the credits, like, just to figure out what type of film this is, it's like crime, action, comedy, the whole. And I was like, oh, Matt Damon
Mhm.
comedy, right? But I was like, oh, but you know what? It's only an hour and 41 minutes long, so it
I
can't
hear like the
it
time frame is
it oh yeah,
just the right amount.
it can't be that bad, one, because of the time. Two, it can't be that bad
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Matt Damon is in it, and we know Matt Damon's not gonna do no goofy stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's got he's got a reputation to uphold, so he's
Exactly.
not gonna waste his time doing garbage. But
Mhm.
I I honestly it's a popcorn movie. Just it's just something to throw in the background when Apple TV's playing. It's
Yeah.
popcorn. I had fun, man. I liked it.
I
I
really
don't
liked the
know. Like
film, dude. It was a fun film. I mean, you know what? Um, there was blood, but not a lot of blood. But this is definitely like
yeah.
a Saturday morning film.
Yeah,
Rainy
Casey
Saturday,
got shot
Friday.
twice.
Right,
Right?
exactly. And I was like, yo, this is kind of fun. It was funny too. I mean, I had some laugh out
Yeah,
loud
I
moments.
laughed. I
Yeah,
laughed a bunch of times.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like as far as movies go, I laughed a lot. The plot was interesting because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Mhm.
The acting was really good. The budget was decent, so it didn't look super ghetto. Like it looked like they spent a little bit of money. The actors were good. Like I had a fun time. Like I don't
It's
know.
not
Like
bad,
I
right?
thought it was fine.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was funny, the whole nine. The other weird thing about this film is like the whole premise of this film is like um Matt Damon, the reason why he was doing
Mhm,
this, ex-Marine, whatever, now he's
mhm.
like a wood floor cleaner or whatever, sander.
Yeah, he's
He
trying to get some
needed
money for his kid,
he needed $32,480. He
which he
didn't
said a lot.
he was like, yo,
He mentioned that a lot.
I don't care if we get like 3, 4, $5 million. I just need $32,480. Now, I'm
Mhm,
surprised,
mhm.
that they agreed to that. And I'm also surprised that he didn't say, and I need it before I start the job. I'm surprised he didn't say that, you
Yeah, well,
know.
because the money they were gonna get from the heist, they would make way more than that.
Yeah.
So the guy, the henchman, and the guys are like, "All right, sure,
Mhm.
why not?" fine.
The other interesting thing is the two, the two people who were in charge of the heist, the two older guys, right, with the beards.
Yeah.
They had
Alfred Molina. He had big actors in this
these are big.
movie.
I mean, Ron Perlman was in it. This is a big
Ron
film. You know
Perlman
what
is
I'm
big
saying?
actors in this movie.
Perlman, man, he plays the best, like crazy villain. He plays the best.
Douchebag.
Yes.
Douche.
He plays the best douchebag, dude. And that is like, obviously, that is a compliment. He plays the best douchebag.
I'm not, when he's playing a bad guy, I'm not mad because I watched the Sons of Anarchy. Like, it was a good show.
Oh, he's serious in that, dude.
Terrible in that, man. He was terrible.
Yeah,
he was
douchebag.
An awful human being in that show.
But
it
was great, wasn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He is a serious actor, And there were some premises, right, with this film. For one, the mayor and his, like, first of all, this was a super corrupt mayor. And it also goes to show you, I don't know what this really means, and I'm not going to say anything bad about Boston, but the bad mayor lost his election. The other mayor came in, and then once he realized that, hey, you know what, you can get what he left, he was like, yeah, I'm corrupt too, right? But the point I was trying to, right, you know what I'm saying? But the point I was trying to make,
I love that part,
right? He was like smiling at the camera and everything. It's just like, yo, but it was just a really fun film to watch. And
you turn your brain off and enjoy the movie. It's a popcorn flick. I wouldn't say it's family fun because they cursed a lot, but it was like it was a good movie. Like it's a lighthearted movie. It's not too stressful. It's not too much violence. It's just like I like seeing movies like that where the premise is interesting. You're not sure what's going on, and and people are just having fun, yucking it up, and you could tell they had a good time making this movie, and it shows in the actors in their portrayal. So like, I had a great time with it. I liked it a lot. I just feel like that.
Yeah, I did too. Now there were some like I think one of the dumbest moments in this film was when the two older guys was telling the crew like what they had to do. Damon and Matt Damon and Cobby, they were like, well, wait a minute, what if the other guy wins? Right? Like, no one said, okay, like, this guy's leading in the polls, this guy may win. No one figured that out. They were just like,
they never thought about it.
At his campaign rally, they're gonna have money. No one thought about the fact that, hey, you know what? If they are bubbling up on campaign donations, they may have to make 2 or 3 drops. No one thought about that, right?
Yeah, they didn't think about anything, like,
right? But obviously that was by design because that created a plot twist. It was just like, well, what if? And then all of a sudden the guy does win. Now you're doing something totally different. You don't have the money, and what they ripped off was just like completely meager. But I thought that was pretty cool.
Maybe $1,000,
right?
Because they're gonna get millions of dollars, and they think maybe you got $1,000,
right,
at best.
And then obviously the mayor's bracelet and what was on a bracelet was the combination to
the safe,
which also kind of interesting that you only have one copy of the safe combination.
He's trusting his bracelet, man. That's a lot of trust in a bracelet.
You better not show up in the wrong neighborhoods of Boston. They'd be like, yo, run it.
Right? Right?
Like,
yo, run the jewels, bro.
Exactly. You're in the neighborhood with that on? Yo, run that.
Right now.
Run that.
That's been my experience in Boston. Boston's wild.
Yeah, I've only been once.
Thing. I would have definitely had a backup copy of the combination somewhere else. Because he wasn't worried about the money. He was worried about getting in that safe to get the hard drives.
He wasn't worried about the money. Well, he was packing up the money, but he didn't worry about the money that was in his office, which was located in a government building. And I'm just like, wow.
Actually, it's genius. Because, corruption, who's checking for this stuff? No one's looking in there. Yeah, you see, that's true.
Yeah,
this is genius.
And then
absolutely genius. Keep your corruption close to you.
And then another goofy part, which I thought was completely funny, right, was when they pushed the safe out the window and then it bust, a pickup truck and all the money came out.
I
And
laughed, man.
people
I
were like,
laughed.
hmm,
Everyone's
hmm.
looking around like,
I
you go
was,
get it. You gonna get
dude,
it?
I, I was waiting for the confused and excited anime sound. That
Like
sort
the
of
little
thing.
exclamation point on their head, like
But they were like, people were looking, and the cops just like let him bust through the gates, and they were like, "Dude, go ahead, man. What can
you
I?"
can't
There's
do
like
nothing about
100 of you
that.
guys.
You
You
know
know
how
what I'm
much
saying?
money fell out of the sky? There's you
Man,
can't do nothing about
he
that. In
completely
Boston? Oh hell
ripped
no.
off the people, the whole nine. It was just like crazy. It was just a fun flick. I mean, there were
Yeah.
no. Here's the other thing about this flick. It was not only fun, but there
Mhm.
wasn't any like stupid hiccups. All the goofy things that happened, they were by
Mhm.
design. It was part of the movie. It was part of the film.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So that
Yeah,
it kind of
I
makes
was
sense, right?
scratching my head like, why'd you do this? Why? How
Yeah,
come this happened? Like I was like,
yeah.
yeah,
It was
I went with it.
it all sort of flowed as a goofy comedy, like thriller, not thriller, but
Mhm.
action, whatever it was. It was just like
Mhm.
it was just fun. I mean, people giving it a 6.2. I mean, that's your opinion, but it's just
That's
like
low, man.
this was
That's
a
low.
this was an okay
That's
film
way
to
too
watch
low.
for real. I mean, it was
Yeah.
definitely better than Ghosted, right?
Yes, for sure.
Or
I mean,
Ghost.
Apple's put out a couple movies, and some of them have been duds. Some of them have been like all right,
Mhm.
and a couple really really good ones. But I put this in the all right to really good category.
Yeah.
It
Hmm.
wasn't Ghosted. This was fun. I would probably watch this again.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's right.
Okay, and then so the two guys who set up
Mhm,
this whole heist, they were like they
mhm.
owned a bakery. That was the front.
They just got out of town, man.
They were like,
They're like,
dude,
"Hey, we ain't looking back."
old boy had on a fur coat. They were like, yo, we're going to Boston. This fool had on like, did he have on like Salvador Ferragamo shoes or were those Gucci's?
Slippers like the Sopranos, man. He had
Okay,
slippers
so
on.
those were Gucci slippers or Ferragamo slippers. And I was just like, this guy's
Yeah.
walking through snow in slippers?
That's a tough go, my friend. That's a very tough go.
That fool, man, those fools froze, huh? They were just like, they were like,
As a kid, listen, just recalling this movie is making me laugh about what happened. Like that,
hmm,
it was a good movie. I liked it. I liked it
yeah,
a lot.
it was really good, man.
It was a fun time, man. It's a fun time at the office. This is a
How
great movie.
how do you take a movie like this?
Mm,
How can a movie like this break through all the noise so that people can see it and say, actually, this was really a good film. It was funny, the whole nine. I mean,
that's a
when
good
you when you,
question.
when you have all these like different, I was talking to before I go there. I'm gonna come back to this.
Mm,
I was talking to my wife, and we were just talking about how you know
mm,
um, these this younger generation, like younger millennials and Gen Z, how they handle things, right?
yeah,
They handle things online, right? And
yeah,
the way we came up, again, we would just go and see you and handle things.
yeah.
You
We
know,
check it out. Like, we go see
get
you
the
in
goons
person. Like, it's all
together. We're
good.
coming to your block. It's that easy, right? If you
I
take this
can't
film,
confirm, but yes.
right, right. If you take this film
Mhm.
and you see that one, these guys killed the cop. I think this guy was like a lieutenant or something. He held a high position. So
Nah, he's high up, man.
yes.
I think he's police
So
chief.
right. So I know this. I know that big cities like LA, Chicago, New York,
Mhm.
Boston, police
Yeah.
officers, when you shoot one of the brothers,
Bro, it's a problem,
it's a
bro.
problem.
It's a
And it
problem.
should be a problem. What are you doing
Yes,
shooting
I
like,
agree.
anyone, but especially police officers? Like that's ridiculous,
Yeah.
right?
No, I agree. I agree.
So
But
a
like
lot,
for cops,
right,
like you're upending your life right now. Like
right,
this is
uh-huh.
not gonna go well for you.
Yeah, and it's just
You
like
don't
if
get
one of
away.
your brothers in arms got killed in a line of
Mhm.
duty, I mean, you may feel also like vulnerable on some level as well. And it's just like, yo.
Mhm.
And it would not surprise me if like when these police officers, at some point find
Like trying to
the
find
the
you,
culprit.
gonna hem you up,
I
right?
mean,
That's what's
do
gonna
you want to
happen.
take this
They
guy
go,
to, prison or, take him back to the
they
station
are
and like
gonna
have the
beat you with
taxpayers
them.
pay for all this money or,
Yeah.
what?
No, I'm saying they're gonna beat you with the bag of nickels, right? That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna have a rough day at the office for
A
you. That's
sock of
what's gonna
marbles,
happen.
like, you know,
Right? They gonna beat you, and
right,
then they're gonna be like, "Listen, I found them. All right, you can go to jail now." Like you will see,
right.
like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so there are different ways. I brought up like what these young people do and like online and everything,
Mhm.
and I brought that up
Yeah.
because there are a lot of different paths to take, a lot of
Mhm.
different ways to take to solve a problem. So
Mhm.
in this movie, there was a
Mhm.
shrink. Again, kind of brilliant, right? Because it's just like
Yeah.
this is this in place correctly, and it's just like, oh, you know what,
Mhm.
she actually blends in with this whole storyline. Again, some of this
Mhm.
stuff is goofy, but it was specifically by design, which makes it real interesting. The movie,
Mhm.
as a movie that was only an hour and 41 minutes, and again, also kind of goofy, but really good and funny. It
Mhm.
flowed really, like the flow was real easy,
Yeah,
wasn't
once
it?
it
Right?
started, it just kept going, and
Yeah.
like interesting things were happening, or some
Right.
action happened. So you were
Mhm.
like, you're in it. It just goes until the end. Like this
Yeah.
is which is good.
Yeah.
Because Doug Lyman's a good director. He's done a bunch of stuff. He
Mhm.
produced Entourage. He's done a bunch of things, and he's good.
I saw no gaps in this movie, in this film, none at
Mhm.
all. None that,
Mhm.
just like, I was just like, I mean, I laughed a lot. I mean, I really laughed a
Mhm.
lot at this film because it was kind of funny. And Matt Damon to
Mhm.
to be sort of the person who doesn't know how this worked.
Yeah,
He was kind of
it's
funny.
a
I
huge
mean,
change.
he was
Yeah,
funny. He was funny,
because
dude. Come on.
fish out of water kind of thing
Yeah.
for him, and like he was good because he looked like he's tired, like just
Yeah.
old and tired, and not he don't understand anything. Like when he's taking notes for the heist, I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, you don't understand anything. It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I appreciated it because Matt Damon's doing it. He did a good job for this acting. Like he brought his A game.
Yeah. He
Like he's
really
trying to
did,
win
man.
something. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
That's all. I keep stressing this. It was a fun movie. The heist was good. The stuff that happened with the heist was good.
Mhm.
The action that goes along, that from the beginning of the movie till the end,
Yeah.
all kind of stuff. They blow up houses. They do all kind of stuff.
Dude,
Action was great.
it was just
The
fun.
cast was spectacular. I had a
Mhm.
lot of fun, man. It's like I can't stress this enough. So like if you have an Apple account, Apple Plus account, it's free for your first 30 day, whatever it is. Like just
Yeah.
check it out.
Just check
Just
it out.
just
It's
watch
because it's a really great film. So, we
the
are
movie.
talking about The Instigator. This is an Apple TV original film. Keo, what are you going to rate
Mhm.
this film?
I give this a like a 7.9. I liked it a lot. It's
Oh,
almost
here
an
we go
eight,
with the
man.
9
It's
again.
almost
What's okay? Why not the
eight.
8? Come on now.
Here's the thing, all right? I wanted more.
Mhm.
And so like when the story's going on, I'm like, then they're done. I'm like, oh, we're done here? All right.
Mhm.
I could have used a little bit more. I wasn't offended by, it gave me 20 more minutes, 10 more minutes. That would have been fine. I,
Mhm.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It's a silly movie because the point of the movie is it's just dumb popcorn movie.
Right.
You eat with your family. You sit down with your wife, and you get some popcorn. And you watch it's a microwave popcorn, and you
You-
watch a movie on Apple TV. That's
right.
what this is,
That's
right?
exactly.
You're not trying to be a blockbuster. You're not trying to beat Mission Impossible. You're not trying to do anything else. It's just fun,
Mhm.
and so I appreciated that, and that's why I give it 7.9. That's my rating.
Cool. I am going to give it an 8.
Mhm.
And so I guess we're kind of on the same page. Yeah, it was just like you said, a popcorn movie. Get your popcorn. It was goofy. It was funny. It was Matt Damon. It was Casey Affleck. It was Ben
Mhm.
Affleck in the background. They directed the joint, or at least
He
like
was
produced
there.
the
He
joints.
was
Yeah,
there.
he was, exactly. And it was just I mean, to be honest with you, I was kind of surprised with how good the movie was. To be honest with you, because a lot of times we'll say, hey, let's review this. We'll start watching it, and then it's like, I'm gonna put it down after an hour, get back to it. Some films that are like
Yeah.
2 hours, 3 hours long, you're like, wow, this film really sucks, and I gotta watch it over 3 or 4 days. So
Oof.
I watched this in
Yeah.
one sitting, and I was like, this is a pretty cool film. So, like Keo said, this is on Apple TV. If you have Apple, if you have an Apple device, you can watch that. Like you can get a 30-day free trial, check it out. Or if you have Apple TV, go check the film out. It's a really interesting film, and it's fun to watch. Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.